Ladies and gentlemen, now on the track, the field for the New Hampshire Lottery Stakes 3/8 race with $25,000 added. In post 1, it's Coach Zem of the C&J Kennel. Anthony Napolitano Jr. named his greyhound after his former track coach, Steve Zemenek of Mount Anthony High School. Coach Zem is trained by Bill Perry. He'll try to close late on the outside. In post 2, it's Sabar Snow. This invader from Oregon and member of the Multnomah Greyhound Park's all-star team will be looking to rush the first turn in an effort to get the early lead. In post 3, it's Wake Up Alarm, representing the BEMBENEK kennel, owned by Troy D. Stiles and trained by Edith Benoit. She's from the Lincoln Greyhound Park in Rhode Island, where she was a finalist in last year's American Derby, and makes it back to Hinsdale after having a troubled trip in last year's New Hampshire sweeps as the public's third betting choice. She likes it inside and has early speed. The 4 is Flying ORECK. This greyhound enjoyed a several-month layoff, returning to her home track at Lincoln in early October, remaining competitive at her double Grade A level. She's a versatile greyhound who can race inside and mid-track with an early lead or from off the pace. In post 5, Blazing Intrigue of the Richard Alves kennel, owned by Charles H. Sabanti and trained by Melody Alves. Her stakes claim is a second-place finish in last year's Wonderland Derby. Since June, she's won 10 times and placed 5 times in her last 28 starts. This inside racer can break on the top or come from off the pace. In post 6, Amanda Blake. Homestretch kennel, owner Philip M. Pruitt, trained by James Malinowski. She was a finalist in the Wonderland Derby and competed in the Wonderland Kennel Championships. She'll make her move on the backstretch, looking for racing room anywhere she can find it. In post 7, KELSO'S Martina, representing the My Way kennel, owned by John Kelly and trained by Kim Hool. Although lightly raced in stakes competition, she is part of a successful Raynham-based litter that includes KELSO'S Ring Send and KELSO'S Ripcord. She's a late racer who likes it mid-track. And in post 8, Blazing Lady of the Richard Alves kennel, owned by Charles H. Sabanti and trained by Melody Alves, returns to Hinsdale to defend her title as the New Hampshire Sweeps Lottery champ. This veteran stakes campaigner was named an All-American by the Greyhound Review. She likes to be close to the pace and generally on the inside. There you have it, the field for today's 10th race at the 3/8 distance, the $25,000 New Hampshire Lottery Stakes. Post time. Here comes the Colonel. They're off in the $25,000 New Hampshire Lottery Stakes. The 2, Sabar Snow, goes right to the lead, and that's the 3, Wake Up Alarm, in second. Then it's the 4, 8, 5, 1, 7, and 6. They head into the turn with the 2, Sabar Snow, lead in the pack. Then the 3, Wake Up Alarm, in second. Moving up on the outside, that's the 4, Flying ORECK, into third. Then the 8, 1, 5, 6, and 7. They head into that final turn. The 2, Sabar Snows, led every step. The 2-1 favorite with the lead. The 3, Wake Up Alarm, tracking in second. Up on the outside, here comes the 4, Flying ORECK. It's 2, 3, 4 in the New Hampshire Lottery Stakes. As Lewis Fisher from the state of New Hampshire with the trophy presentation to the winner of today's 10th race. The New Hampshire Lottery Stakes goes to number 2, Sabar Snow of the Richard Alves kennel, owned by Mary Mackey and trainer Melody Alves. At the 5/16 distance with $25,000 in the purse. In post 1, it's Ole Henry representing the BEMBENEK kennel. Owner of the Greyhound is Jim Van Winkle, and it's trained by Edith Benoit. This Greyhound leads all others at the Tri-State Greyhound Park in West Virginia with 35 wins and 43 starts. He won the Tri-State $25,000 Sprint Stakes and raced second in the $75,000 Great Race at Seabrook. He's an inside racer that's quick at the break. In post 2, it's Jimbo Scotty of the Richard Alves kennel, owned by Mary Mackey and trained by Melody Alves. He is the first Greyhound from the Multnomah, Oregon to be named the Greyhound of the Year and Rookie of the Year in the same year. He finished second in the $40,000 sampling puppy stakes and generally rushes the turn looking to take command on the backstretch. In post 3, it's Wonder Child of the Mountain Range kennel, owned by Deborah Strickland, trained by Joe Cardillo. She first raced at Wichita Greyhound Park in Kansas, where she made the finals of the $30,000 maiden debut. Recently, she was shipped to Plainfield, where she won 13 of 14 races. Her only loss, a second-place finish in the Juvenile Stakes. Her racing style shows early speed on the inside. In post 4, it's Flying Winfield of the Duggan kennel, owned by Paul E. Finn and trained by Dave Paquette. She was a disappointing 7th in last year's New Hampshire lottery sweeps, but cashed in 84% of her races this year at Lincoln with 22 wins. She'll break mid-track right where she likes it and has early speed. In post 5, it's Okie Cal of the Ray Thurber kennel, owned by Galen L. Edwards and trained by Grace Dowd. He's been racing at Lincoln, where he's won 8 of his last 9. In the Seabrooks Great Race, he won 2 qualifying rounds and ran 3rd in the final. He's quick out of the box and likes it inside. The 6 is Barney Green of the Homestretch kennel, owned by Richard W. Hosef and trained by James Malinowski. At Seabrook in the Great Race, he won 3 qualifying rounds and placed in the other. He set the track record for the marathon distance at Shoreline Star Greyhound Park in Bridgeport, Connecticut, and was second to Gray's Full Moon in the Wonderland Kennel Championships. Yet another Greyhound in this field that races inside with early speed. The 7 is Our Pacer of the C&J kennel, owned by Glenda Berry and trained by Bill Perry. At odds of 8-1, he won the Seabrook Great Race. He's the Greyhound of the Month for the October issue of the Greyhound Review and likes to rush the turn, mostly a mid-track racer. The 8 is Gray's Full Moon of the Homestretch kennel, owner the A-Line Kennels Incorporated and trained by James Malinowski. At Seabrook's Great Race, she broke her own track record during qualifying rounds at a time of 29.66. She scored back-to-back wins in the Wonderland Kennel Championships. Her racing style is she can break on top or stalk the pace. And there you have it, the field for today's 14th race, the $25,000 added New Hampshire Lottery Stakes. Post time in 5 minutes. Here comes the Colonel. They're off in the New Hampshire Lottery Stakes. Quickly, the 2, Jimbo Scotty right to the lead. That's the 3, Wonder Child, and the 1, Ole Henry on the lead. They go into that first turn, and the 1 takes the lead. Ole Harry, 2 and 3 right there. Then it's a 7, 5, 8, 6, and 4. On to the final turn. It's a close bunch on the lead. The 1, Ole Harry right there. And the 2, Jimbo Scotty driving on the outside, takes the lead. Jimbo Scotty pulling away from this field. 7 and 1 battling for place. That'll be 2, 7, 1 in the New Hampshire Lottery Stakes. Leary, along with Director of Operations of Hinsdale Greyhound Park, Marcus Warden, to present the trophy to the winning Greyhound and the trainer, Jimbo Scotty, the winner of the New Hampshire Lottery Stakes 5/16 Sprint.